Hello my students of class 7 and welcome back to your English class. Today we would be proceeding with the chapter adjectives. So today's session will be on English grammar. Okay, so adjectives, we have already started the chapter and we just simply recapitulated the different types of adjectives, the different kinds of adjectives rather. And we also learned about something called the position of adjectives in a sentence. Okay, so we learned that there can be two positions an adjective can take in a sentence. The first one being attributive position, then the second one being predicative position. In the former case, in usual cases, it is positioned, the adjective comes before the noun. Okay. And in the predicative position, the adjective is placed after the linking verb. Okay, so these two types we have understood. And we have also done the second exercise. Two exercises we have done. Okay, and I also gave you a homework of completing the first three exercises on your own. Okay, so let us come to another point about adjectives, that is formation of adjectives. Okay, how do we form adjectives? Well, we can form adjectives by adding suffix to nouns. Okay, many nouns are there. If you add a suffix to it, it becomes an adjective. Okay, like some of the examples which are given here. Boy, boyish, girl, girlish, love, lovely. Okay, like that lots of different examples can be taken. So we are forming adjective from a noun by adding a suffix. The suffix are normally, the suffix which we usually use for forming the adjectives are ish, okay, then ful, then en, then y, less, obviously full is there, less will always be there, then able, and so on. Many examples, many suffixes can be used. They are added from the name itself you can understand suffix means something which is added in the end. Okay, it is added to a noun to make it into an adjective. So using that, yeah, from verbs also we can form nouns, verbs both. From verbs also we can form adjectives and we usually use this suffix able, less, tireless, ceaseless, commendable, all this. Okay, whatever example is given. Now, the exercise number C is very easy. You have to form adjectives by adding suffixes to the word given below, and even the suffixes are provided to you. I mean, it's very easy compared to the standard of 8. Okay, still it is given in your book, so we can just do it in a fast manner. Number C1, hope is given and I'm sure you have already completed it. It will be hopeful. Number 2, fool is given. It will be foolish. Number 3, silk is given. It will be silky. And number 4, comfort is given. It will be comfortable. Okay, so all the 4 words are extremely easy. And since the suffixes are also provided, I think it is not to your not as hard as it should be for a class 8 boy or girl. Okay, anyway, as I told you, this chapter, towards the beginning of the chapter, we are just recapitulating our previous knowledge, right? So we can just have more worksheets on this part so that I can test how much you can understand this. Anyways, let us come to the degrees of comparison of adjectives. What are the degrees of comparison? I'm sure you are just prompting as I'm telling you this. Positive, comparative, and superlative. Okay, these 3 are the 3 degrees of comparison. Positive, comparative, and superlative. Okay, superlative became red. Anyway, well, it's the highest after all. For positive, there is comparison with just one thing. That means there is not really a comparison. Only one thing is talked about or one person is talked about. No comparison is made with somebody else. Like if I say, she is an intelligent girl. She is an intelligent girl, or he is an intelligent boy. Okay. Or he is an expert mathematician. She is an expert basketball player. In all the sentences, I am simply giving an attribute of the person, of the noun, using an adjective. So there is no comparison which is being made. So for positive, no comparison. Simply a stating of fact. Next, come to the comparative degree. Here the comparison is made between two things. Two things. Okay, any two things, when they are compared, then we say two object or two individual. Comparison between two individuals or objects or even ideas. Any two ideas can also be compared. Okay. So any object or two individuals, if there is a comparison, then we say it's a comparative degree. Then superlative. What is superlative? More than comparative. Here it is used when more than two persons or objects of the same class are compared. Okay. So more than two. So if I using the same examples which I said before, for comparative degree, you can say that she is better than her brother in science. Okay. So in that way, I can write, he is the best cricket player in his class. He is the best cricket player in his class. Here, I am comparing him to the entire class. Okay, not one or two persons, but with the entire class. So I am using the superlative degree. And in the previous example, I was comparing two different individuals, her, brother, and she. These two individuals I am using, and so I am using the comparative degree. Okay. So with this knowledge, let us try to complete exercise D and exercise E. Okay. So in your copy, you don't have to write all these stuff. You can just begin your copy. Some of you are asking me how to write your notebook. Well, you are in class 8. You should have the knowledge by now how to make the notebook. I'm sure you have the knowledge. And I don't know what has been the pattern till this class. But usually, when you are beginning a chapter, write a few lines about what you are doing, about what the chapter is concerned. If I have not provided you with a note, you can make your own note from the book or from your other books. I'm sure many of you have Wren and Martin with you. You can write what an adjective is. You can state the different position of the adjective, and then you can just make a short note on the two different types of position of adjectives. And this is also for your own knowledge. If you're writing something, you studying something, that's good enough. But when you're writing, you're putting your thoughts into words, it's become much more lasting. It has a much more lasting effect on your mind. Okay, so it's better that if you write, just make short notes according to your knowledge, according to your wish. You can just make it short. You can make it a bit lengthy, because I'm sure that you're having a lot of time at home right now. Okay, so a lot of studying can be done. Then you can come to the formation of adjectives. Just write how the adjective is formed. It is formed by adding a suffix to a noun or a verb. Then give the example, 1 or 2 examples you can give. Do all these things, and then you can write the 3 degrees of comparison. You can simply state positive, comparative, and superlative. No need to explain, just state them. Then you come to the exercises. Okay, now solving the exercises. First, do it in the book as I'm doing in class. Later, you can copy it back to your notebook. In a fresh page, you can write with proper writing and all. Okay, so let us come to exercise number D. Exercise D, complete these sentences by using an adjective in the comparative form. That means the second degree of comparison, that is comparative degree. You simply have to give the comparative degree of the word which is given in the bracket. Okay, so it's also very easy. The first one, the jug on the table is bigger. Number 2, he has not acted in a play. They wanted someone dash than him. Experienced, we write more experienced, right? More experienced. Let me solve a few. The rest you can do on your own. More experienced. Sorry. Number 3, Rita selected a dash pair of shoes because she did not have enough pocket money. Cheaper. Okay. Now, with the sentence number 3, I have a problem. That is, okay, here the others, as we already know that comparative degree is used when we are comparing two objects or two individuals. But look at the sentence number 3. Okay, here there isn't any other object or any other things given, but the meaning is implied. Okay, the meaning is implied that probably she has been shopping and she has seen another pair of shoe which is costlier. But if there was no instruction given that you have to fill the blanks with any degree of comparison, then I would recommend that you use the positive degree, because see, if we write the positive degree also, it is not a problem. But here the instruction is given that you have to write the adjective in the comparative form. So we will stick by what the book says and we will write cheaper. If you think otherwise, do let me know. Number 4, the words of the speaker were clearer after the mic was adjusted. Here also, there's two situations which are being compared and not two objects. Two situations are being compared. Okay, so the comparison can be anything. Number 5, she could have bought the dash pair of socks which would look good with her dress. She could have bought the longer. Here also the comparison is implied. Okay, so in this sentence and this sentence, the comparison is implied. Now come to exercise number E. Read the following examples and frame sentences with comparatives. Okay, the red bus has 5 passengers. The blue bus has 8 passengers. So you just have to compare them. This thing you can do on your own. 3, 4 and 5 you have to do. 1 and 2 is already done. So number E, 3, 4 and 5 will be your homework. Write in full sentences. I don't think there will be space to write this in your book. So write it in your copy. 3, 4 and 5. Attempt on your own. If you have some problem, I can help you about it. Try to do it on your own. You just have to combine the two sentences using a comparative degree. Okay. So next day we will be discussing the rest of the exercise, rest of the chapter. Study well.